My channel is brand new live. It's a brand new day. This is Vlogtober day 24, I believe. Sorry for the late start. We had some tech issues. My phones weren't connecting. Well, we're here now. Okay, so I was going to do what you call it? Donuts today, but I changed it because I don't have all the ingredients and it was not going outside today. So we are gonna make some bread pudding with my sourdough because why not? We have it, might as well use it and make use of it because it's too hard for me to eat right now. So I'm not even gonna bother. So this is the bread that we have. We're not gonna use all of it, probably most of this and a little bit of this one, and then we'll figure out the rest. Do I normally have recipes for bread pudding? No. Typically just put what I want, anyhow I feel like it, and hope for the best. It's usually what I do. But we are gonna try to make a pumpkin version. So still sourdough, but we're gonna use what we have. How you doing, Juliana? Thanks for joining. How was your day? I know you've been missing these lives, girl. We've been missing you. For real, for real. We have been missing you, for sure. My hands are dry. Okay. So first things first, we are gonna actually cube the bread. Now, this sourdough was made 2 days, this one was 2 days ago, and this one was like 4 days ago. So in my world, they're stale. It's fresh bread. They're stale. Thank you so much. I made a commitment to myself to show up. I'm showing up because some days the Lord knows I don't want to do this. I still come because I have so much fun, right? But thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. All right, so we're gonna cut up. This is not sourdough bread, okay? Don't ask me why it looks like that. Mind your business. For me to know and for you to find out why it looks the way it looks, just so you know, we are going to be cubing it up. We need about, let me see, 250 grams, which is about 4 cups, roughly. Hi, Lysandro. How you doing? Thanks, Julianne. I'm telling you, I've been trying. I really have been. Not just to get my videos back on track. Top tier. So we're going to try to make a sourdough bread pudding, right? It won't work. I know it's going to taste good. It won't work. We need about 250 grams, which is going to be about 4 cups or something. I have my recipe here, which is about to be 4 cups. Just want to make sure, because we're going to cube this up. So that right there is about 240 grams. I mean, not much of a difference. We just like a little slice of this one. Don't ask me why my bread looks the way it looks and why it's so hard. Because what? Oh, goodness. So once I perfect that sourdough bread, y'all don't tell me anything. Nothing at all. Okay, that's good. That's good. So we're gonna just cube this up. I measured it just to ensure that we had the right. I mean, it's bread pudding. Bread pudding is very forgiving, honestly. But you need to make sure you have enough liquid to sustain it. There's that. So I like to cut these guys like this. You can cut them in 3, or you could just cut it in 2. I don't mind the big cubes. If the slice is too big, all you have to do is just cut it again. If the slice is too big. Right? So this is a good size that you want for your bread pudding. Honestly, when we make it back home, we don't even cube the bread. We just tear it up. Hope for the best. But if you want it to be, I want to say like gourmet style, cube it up, make it look cute. But if your bread is terrible, tear it up. Tear it up 100% and put it in your bowl. It's all going in the same place. So this one might be in 3, one right here in 2. And it's sourdough, so I know this might sound weird, but I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know how absorbent it's gonna be with like the milk and the egg. I want to look for with regular bread. I don't know if this is gonna require a lot more liquid or less liquid, but we're about to find out. We really are. So again, it's gonna be about 250 grams of the bread, stale bread, old bread. Just make sure it's not moldy. Because I know if I say old bread, some people might want to use moldy bread. No, no moldy bread. Just old bread. Bread where you're like, oh, I don't feel like I want to toast this to make it feel better or taste better or look better. That bread. Yeah. Bread that's been sitting out in the corner of the counter. Yeah. That bread. That is what you put here. Okay, so we got the bread. This is about 266 grams. I'm okay with that. We're gonna make it work. We are going to make it work. I hope you guys had a good day today because my day's kind of busy. It's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna mix our. I want to call it our filling, but like the custard blend. That's what you're gonna soak your bread with. And I'm doing it in separate bowls just so that you're able to see it. Because otherwise, it'll be by itself. It'll be one bowl. Okay. So milk, we're gonna need about 300 and a lot. 60 grams? Oh, Lord. Which is more than a can of milk. I'm not gonna use the whole can, but I am going to dilute it. Maybe I'll do like 100 grams. Over 100, 200 grams maybe. 200 grams milk, and then I'm just gonna add water to get the rest. I do that because canned milk is very thick and creamy, and I do it to stretch it. It's not a money savings thing for me. It's because it's too thick for me. Some people will like eat their cereal like this, bake with this just as is. I like to dilute it with a little water because it's very concentrated for me. Time is to perfection. So we're gonna add. So this is 200 grams, and we're gonna add 160 grams to give us the 360 milk. Now, I'm starting out with 360, right? Maybe at some point we may need to add more liquid, maybe because the sourdough is super ferment. Let's make up facts. Again, it was supposed to be donuts today, but didn't have all the ingredients, so we're just using what we have. We need melted butter, and it's about 2 tablespoons. That to me is about 30 to 40 grams, roughly. But again, it's also butter. You can never have enough butter in something. I'm just saying. Okay, this isn't something I do for a recipe. I throw things together and make it stick. I really do. So we do have some spices that we should add. Should add some nutmeg. You can use fresh nutmeg if you want. You use some cloves because it's gonna have pumpkin. Why not do a full blown pumpkin spice? Whatever it is. So I'm just gonna get my spices out, like my cloves, my ginger. I'm also gonna put in some allspice in here. Grated sugar. How you doing, Mr. Perfection? Okay, so we have the melted butter, spices. I would say go and beat it up. Unless we can over. So if you don't have fresh nutmeg, what you do, don't have full nutmeg, I should say. And you only have dry, use about a quarter teaspoon. Okay. We use about a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. I just like grating the nutmeg. It gives it a nice flavor. Flavor. So about a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. This is all about flavor. So for the cloves, I'm going to use 1/8 teaspoon because cloves are really, really strong. That's a strong spice. About 1/8 of a teaspoon. Allspice, same thing, 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's that much because it's so strong. You don't want it to overpower your flavors. We're gonna add in some ginger, also 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now these aren't the equivalent of your pumpkin spice, but it will give you your pumpkin spice flavor. And then we're gonna add some cinnamon. If you don't have powder, just grate some cinnamon in here. Cinnamon is gonna round up the flavors that you have. It's gonna be good for this. And then we're also going to add some vanilla extract. My homemade vanilla extract. The recipe on my channel. How I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. Now, that is just me. I like 1 tablespoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon is fine. I'm just using 1 tablespoon. It's just me. Okay? If you wanted to also play with other extracts, you could, depending on the flavor that you're trying to bring out. You could definitely do that. It's not an issue. You're from the Caribbean, mix things and all that stuff. You do that. You can even try adding almond essence in here as well. That also works. So this is just the milk and your spices, so your seasoning. I'm also going to add some salt. because the salt rounds out the flavor. And that's about, honestly, half a teaspoon. It's not much. Okay. I already could tell it's not going to be enough liquid for that. You know, I need the spice. We're going to add 1 egg into this. Usually, sometimes I use 2, sometimes I use 1, depending on what I'm making. But we're going to use 1 because we also have the pumpkin puree that's going to be adding to the richness of it. And I don't want it to be too eggy, you know? So there's that. So you do 1 egg. 1 egg is about 50 grams. But if you see a recipe and it calls for 50 grams, it's usually 1 egg. That's just something that you should take a note of. Because some recipes, especially like European recipes, they will just put the weight of the eggs. So if you get something that's asking for, let's say 65 grams or 70 of an egg, you'll get 1 whole egg, you'll crack a second one, scramble it, and add the difference to your whole egg. That will give you your egg white base. I hope that makes sense. So we are going to add the melted butter, which again, this was about 2 tablespoons. I have 30 grams here. It's between 30 to 40 grams. I'm not mad at it. Then we're going to add brown sugar. Now, I do dark brown sugar. I'm going to get it. I might regret it. I kind of want to confirm with the dark brown sugar and this. So we're going to add demerara, really dark brown sugar. For real, for real. It's going to give it color and it's going to give it flavor. So we're going to add, this is about 60 grams. 60 grams is not bad. So we're just going to add it in here. So that right there is 50 grams. And that is me about 60 grams. I think I'm going to go right up to 70. I'm going based on the sweetness of my bread. It's not sweet at all. So I'm looking to add flavor to the bread. So I have 70 grams, but 60 grams. Because if you do something like drizzle it with maple syrup and butter, so like a maple butter, that's added sweetness as well. So you just want to make sure you're doing it based on your ingredients. Because if your bread was a sweet bread, you don't want to have so much sugar. Okay. So as you can see, the color changed slightly because it got a little darker because we have more molasses in there. It should be good. I already know this is not going to be enough. And now we're going to add all of this. It's not a lot. We're going to add all of this pumpkin puree. This is homemade pumpkin puree. You need about 120 grams, which equals to half cup. This might just be the half cup that we need. However, I don't know. That's why I also didn't do the donuts today because I'm pretty sure I don't have enough. So that scoop is about 60 grams. You need 120 grams. So we're about to work some magic here. Gonna work some magic and see if we can make up the difference. 80 grams. Listen, I'm gonna make sure I get back again. We're not gonna get 120 grams. We might get 100. By extra 20. So yeah, you kind of just, you use what you got. Now, is this gonna be a problem? I don't know, I've never made it before. But for me, it should not be. Because I'm also gonna add raisins because I like raisins, right? But if you had nuts, if I had nuts, I would. I don't have nuts. If you have like pecans or walnuts, candied or raw, roasted, I should say, not raw, roasted. You could add them here and just take your sourdough bread pudding up a notch. But it's pumpkin season, so why not try to make pumpkin bread? I think that's enough. We have 95 grams. We're gonna make it work with 95 grams. Make sure I have all the butter that I need. Now, okay, so I'm just double checking my recipe just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So we have the bread, we have the milk, the puree, the egg, the sugar, the butter, vanilla extract, cinnamon, nutmeg. Pretty much have everything and the pumpkin puree. So we're gonna mix this. You can use this or a whisk, whichever, to break up the chunks if you have chunks. You should get a nice pumpkin flavor. And I also did want to add, if you did not have butter or you don't want to use butter, don't like butter, those variations, you can use coconut oil. If you don't want to use that, use a neutral oil. Neutral oil will be better. It will help if you don't want to use coconut oil and if you don't want to use butter. Not that it's better in terms of flavor, it's just another option. If you're vegan, use your vegan butter. It's not a lot, it's just enough to give you some flavor. Okay, so this is the mixture, and we already have the bread going, which I mean, is so I'm gonna gauge this. It may or may not work. I said this may or may not be the right amount of liquid. We may need to add, no, we'll see. So I'm gonna add the, might be enough, maybe more than enough. And we're gonna just soak it. Because essentially you want it to soak up all the liquid, most of the liquid, and then you're gonna add to your pan. Now I am going to add raisins because I want raisins in it. If you don't want raisins, again, add nuts, add the mixed peel. You can do whatever. I wouldn't add the mixed peel to this because it's pumpkin, but I would add nuts. You can even add chocolate chips, about 80 grams. You could do chocolate chips. That would be a good option to do because that would be good. So you just want it to soak up. Now my bread was really dry, so I know this bad boy is thirsty. Okay, just add enough fruit to make it work for you, and we're gonna let it sit while you prep your pan. Now I'm gonna bake it in. I don't even know how big this is. I'm gonna bake it in this. If you have any leftovers, I'll see what the ultimate pan would be. But bake it in like an 8 by 8. Or if you're feeling special, you want to give these away, bake them in those little canisters. They're not even canisters. They're little boat packs. Also an option. You can put butter it, and then you can put your bread pudding in here and bake it. These you can do for the holiday, give them away versus a big spread. I'm doing a big spread. I don't know why I'm doing a big spread. You gotta do a little. I haven't decided. Why am I doing a big spread? But you can bake it in anything. You can use your, if you have muffin pans, you can do that. You can line them with the cupcake liners and then just add it in there and bake it. Pretty good. You say you like raisins. I do. I like raisins and bread pudding too. I really do. And the good thing about this is that I know I'm gonna mix. I still have my maple butter in the fridge. I'm gonna mix some more, and when it comes out, I'm gonna pour it over it. Right? But you can pretty much bake it in. Just get creative. If we have leftovers, I will put some in the mini loaf pan because why not? Just judging by this, I feel like I just need to add more bread. I don't think I need the bread, but the slice is here just chilling, so might as well. We'll just add it up. We're good on the liquid. We don't need any more liquid, which is good. Good thing. It's a serrated knife. That's nice to cut bread, especially hard bread. Chef knife will work, but a serrated knife. Now you can smell it to make sure it smells seasoned enough. Some people are iffy on not touching, but tasting it because there's raw egg in there. To you, you can smell it. If it's missing seasoning, some more. If it's not sweet enough, add more sugar. Tastes good to me. I get the pumpkin. I get the vanilla. I get all the spices. Oh, yeah. So essentially, you just let it sit. Cover it. You can. You don't have to, but you can let it sit. Close it. Like just let it sit and let it just absorb. Like soak. If you cover it with a saran wrap, which honestly, I do it. I sometimes don't necessarily apply heat to it, but I'll put it in like a warm place. The warmth also helps to soak it faster. It's weird. I'd be doing random stuff because I don't want to wait. Honestly. So yeah, now we're here. Thank you again to perfection. Hope you had a good day. I hope everyone's a good day. We're missing T tonight. I wonder if there's a wrestling thing on. It's either wrestling or baseball. I know there's baseball on tonight, sure. But we're missing T, and we have Juliana tonight. But I know it's so late by her now. So as you can see, the water is not the water, but the mixture is soaking up. You just wanted to saturate your stuff. Because worse than bumping into a hard bread. Like, why are you so hard? I want a soggy, soupy bread put in, but I don't need it to be hard. Like, why is the bread so hard? So you just need to let it, chill out. I'm gonna put these up while I like happen. And again, if you have, I don't know if I have any chocolate, honestly. If you have chocolate, you can put chocolate in here because pumpkin and chocolate go together, right? You can do chocolate chips, chocolate chunks. You can do walnuts, pecans. There's something else that you can do. Definitely raisins. You can add, which I did. And it'll be good. It's nicely sweetened, not too sweet. Because once I pour the maple butter over it, perfection. Again, you can bake it in a big pan, like an 8x8, or you can bake it in a little loaf pan if you're giving them away. Wrap them up, they're nice, they're easy. Use 120 grams, 120 to 150. Anywhere between that, you can use it of pumpkin puree because you'll get a nice pumpkin flavor. And it's bread pudding. Bread pudding is very forgiving, honestly. It really is. It's not something, well, for me, it's not something where it's like, ooh, that's too much. The only way I get like that is if it's the liquid. It's too much liquid compared to the actual bread. But we don't have to worry about that because it's soaking up nicely. We do not. I actually let it sit for like 5, 10 minutes. I stir occasionally so that the seasoning doesn't settle at the bottom. But I also rotate so that uh, bread that's at the bottom comes to the top and the top goes to the bottom. So, equal opportunity here. Equal opportunity. All I'm saying. But I'm not mad at this. Something that's quick and easy. It's also going to be very delicious. How do I know? It's bread pudding. I love eating bread pudding during the holidays. Like my uncle used to make bread pudding all the time. So I didn't have to wait until like a special occasion to have bread pudding. He always used to make it. So bread pudding is for me, for sure. But this being pumpkin, baby, I'm here for that. I am here for all of it. Now tomorrow, while we wait for this, tomorrow we're gonna be here. But tomorrow's gonna be a light day because it's my last free day that I have to myself before I go back to school on Monday. So what are we gonna do? I don't know, but it's not gonna be anything strenuous like this. Tomorrow's gonna be a very smooth day. If I do come into the kitchen, the live's gonna be early in the day. Because that means I'm just preparing my food early, so I don't have anything to do for the rest of the day outside of the things that I need to do. But we will see. I want to promise you anything. I can't deliver it just yet. I do know that the pumpkin donuts will be closer to the end of our bake-a-thon. And then I have to think about what to do for Halloween. Honestly, seriously. And Halloween's on a Friday this year? Yeah, you can do a live Q&A. That's cool too. I'm good with that one. Yeah, Halloween's on a Friday this year. I don't think I'm giving out candy this year. I've been giving out candy in a few years, honestly. I don't know. We'll see. Halloween will see for itself. I was like, maybe I can carve a pumpkin, but that's just wasting food. Yeah, I just I have nothing against people that carve pumpkins for Halloween, but I really feel like it's such a waste. Like it's food. I don't like it. I'm not saying I'm not saying I'd never do it if I had children. I'm just, I don't like it. Juliana, sleep tight, sweet dreams, get some rest, and we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll try to do the live early just so that you're able to join because I know it's late by you. So I'll try to do it early. Even if it's a live sit down Q&A, we can do that. And yes, I still owe you guys a picture from the funnel cake. What? Baby, funnel cake was everything. Okay, I'm gonna butter my pan while this is soaking. Again, you can use pretty much whatever you want to bake this. You can bake this in a loaf pan, mini loaf pan. You can bake it in a dish like this. You can bake it in uh, baking cups. So you can have mini muffins that look like mini bread puddings that look like muffins. You can do that. You can do so many things, honestly. It's just your way. It's just your way. You can do it in like a tart pan or a quiche pan, pie pan, I should say, where the bottom comes out. Maybe messy, but if you wanted to have that nice lower shape, you can. You can pretty much bake it in anything. It's very forgiving, honestly. So I got you. I got you. I'll make sure it's a little earlier just to accommodate. That'll help me. If it's earlier, the earlier the better for me, honestly. 'Cause I want to make sure I get into my bed by 8 o'clock. What's gonna happen? I need to be asleep because I gotta get up by 5. So I'll do that. But again, just butter or grease. If you only have those sprays, you can use the spray. Just lightly grease it, just so that it doesn't stick. And then it bakes for about 40 minutes. What are you gonna do for 40 minutes? Jeez. It bakes for about 40 minutes, honestly. Oh yeah. But it's okay. Make it work. It's almost good because the mixture is almost almost. Bread's still hard though. So we're gonna let's it's not so bad. But as you can see, it's not a lot that's left compared to what we to begin with. Let it soak just a little longer, and then we are going to bake. Yes. And then we are going to bake. I really hope you guys have a good day today. I really do hope so. I'm just checking on the street, making sure that it's looking good because it's looking good. Looking good. But honestly, we've been good for this month. I thought doing the Bakeathon was gonna be a lot. Like, and I can't even lie, it's been a lot, but I've been making it work, you know? Been going through the motions and making it work. And it did help that I had a break in between of school. So I'm happy about that. And I think I'm gonna pull up a chair so that I can sit down. My back is still hurting. It's been hurting. And we're just listen, I'm just waiting it at this point. I have a few appointments coming up for it. We'll see. We're just making this soap. I'm gonna add it to the pan in a bit. We're gonna turn the oven on. We're using the little guy today to make it work. But I'm so happy. I don't know what came over me. I was like, "Ooh, let's make some bread for this." Oh yes. But this month has been really good when it comes to being consistent with my live streams because they be big. Okay. And I'm going to now to scoop first. Normally I will pour it out, but I want to use a spoon because I want to drain the mixture over it so that it can soak up. So, right? That's why I'm doing it this way. But usually you pour everything. You pour everything. To try to distribute the raisins. Because why are all the raisins on one side? Why is the bread still up? Jeez. When you make these a lot, you don't know what you're looking for. Texture, you don't know how soft it needs to be. And you don't know how hard. It's okay. I can't guarantee that. The bread is already hard. That's what am I supposed to do? Alright. Oh, we have this here. And we are going to pour our mixture. Because it soaks up a significant amount, right? Significant amount. So we're just going to pour it over because I do want everything to have a little bit of something, right? Kind of just do it that way. It's supposed to bake and come together. Again, this only has one egg. Maybe 2 eggs would have been better. Only has 1 egg. Pumpkin puree, has egg, it has milk, it has butter. All the things that make up a good bread pudding. Sugar and spices. So, okay. So this way, you have it sitting here. It's soaking up. It's buttered. And it's buttered, which is what you want. So it does not burn or stick. Freeze will burn or stick. And it's easy to release. Now what I'm going to do here is just an extra step. You don't have to do that, what I'm about to do. I have some cinnamon sugar here just hanging out that I made when we made something last month. I made somehow. So I'm gonna do a light dusting of cinnamon sugar on the top. And it's gonna help with the crust, give it a nice crunchiness. But it's also gonna add some flavor because once it's done, I'm gonna pour honey butter over this because one, yeah, it's weird because I like covering bread puddings in the oven. I cover it for about 15 minutes and then I uncover it because I don't want it to get too brown too quickly. This is one of the things. Some people will bake it and not actually cover it, but I like to cover it. So this is the bread pudding that we have. This is sourdough bread with some pumpkin, milk, spices, sugar, all that. Butter, everything to make something taste delicious. Okay, now I'm gonna cover it because I don't want it to brown too quickly. The liquid is soaking up, and it should actually just come together when it actually bakes. Yeah, who knows? Do I know how to make bread pudding? Yeah. Have I made bread pudding with pumpkin puree? No. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna set up our oven. We are using this mini stovetop oven, and I need to get, I am going to be using, I think I'm gonna use the convection setting for this. We've been using the bake setting the entire time. I want to test out the convection setting, but watch me test it out and be like, no. It's okay. I'm gonna move this phone so your view can be better. So you'll get a view of what the product looks like in the oven. Just give me a second. Think. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we're gonna turn it on. Convection. See, oh, it's the same. Convection is 10 minutes and bake is 30 minutes. So convection is gonna be a little faster, I think. But I'm setting it at 350. This is supposed to bake anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes, give or take. We're gonna put convection. Maybe I'll switch it to bake at some point, but we are gonna put for convection. So this is what you're gonna be seeing. Why you sound like that? You sound different. Or proper. Because I need to play around with this oven a lot more, especially when we're doing these bake things before we get to them. Because what are you doing? But anyways, it's on the convection bake. So hopefully, you know, it's circulation. That's what it is. It should be good. So we have the bread pudding here. It's already wrapped up. Ready to go. I topped it with some cinnamon sugar and I need to clean the glass. We're gonna bake it. Now, is it gonna take the full 30 to 45 minutes, give or take? It may or may not. Convection might be a little. Glass needs to be clean. But because convection is faster, we may cut down on it. So I'm gonna go based on smell, look, and to make sure all the water is completely soaked into the bread. For us to make this work. For sure, for sure. So we wait. I think that's it. I have nothing else to do in terms of cooking or anything like that. So we are gonna cook that. I just have the excess bread that I wanted to get rid of because I knew I wasn't gonna eat that bread. It's too hard. Day number two, that was it. too hard to eat. So we're gonna use it up however we can. Oh, I need to get some glass cleaner for this. The glass is completely smudged. Okay, it feels really hot. So I'm feeling like it's gonna be good. Okay, we're gonna add the food in. It's really hot. Ooh. Now, yes, you are only seeing the foil covering something, but we are gonna get it together. Maybe after 15 minutes, I'll take the foil off, and then we can see what's happening. But it should be good. I'm excited because I get to eat bread pudding all week. It's gonna be like this for the rest of the year. From November right down to December, this is what it's gonna be. We're gonna be making all kind of randomness just so that I can eat. Because who else is gonna eat this? We'll see. But what you're watching is the bread put in the oven. It is covered because I don't want it to brown too quickly. I set the timer for 45 minutes, but it's probably not going to take the full 45. It might take about 30. It might take a little less. And we are baking on the convection setting because I wanted to test it out. It probably would not have been the right time to test it, but I wanted to. And I also have something in the oven here. Okay. So after my live stream, I can have something to eat. Just put some salmon in the oven. I use the big oven for everyday, regular stuff, but I don't trust it for my baked buns. No, that's the lowest. That's the lowest it can go. Because, right, if you can see right here, that's the coils. It can't go on that. I made myself some salmon. Nothing special. I'll let it brown up now. Because I didn't want to stand over a stove and cook anything. Made some rice the other day. I made some rice. I still have some broccoli cooked. That's it. I'm gonna put this back in the oven just so I can get the color. Because I love new food with color. Jeez. Again, don't trust it for our baking processes. It's failed us many times before. I'm not about to embarrass myself anymore. I need more. I don't know. After 15 minutes, I'll see. I don't smell anything yet. So after 15 minutes, if it actually the convection is worth doing versus baked, right? It's at 350 degrees. So it should be fine either way, temperature wise, but time wise might be a little different. But it did seem like it was hotter on the convection side versus if I was using the bake setting. But we'll see. And I'm just counting down the days until we're done our live stream. Vlogtober. Oh, I enjoy it, but having to get up and going about your day and then like, oh wait, I got a live stream. Yeah, that's been my last couple of days for this entire month. But we are going. We're making it work. Still don't smell anything out. What did you do today, Mr. Perfection? Did you go to the beach? Or are you guys having a storm? Speaking of storm, I'm supposed to message my friend because I know the storm is headed towards Jamaica. I need to message her. See how her dad's doing. Are you guys stormy down there? Or you guys are okay? Okay, you guys are not having a storm. That's good. That's really good. Okay, but you guys have a lot of things there. I totally understand. You guys have electricity now? Because I know as soon as you guys get a little rain, that electricity is gone, boy. Okay, nice, nice. So be safe and have fun, whatever you do. All right, I'm gonna check that. And we will see. I just want to make sure something's happening. Because if I can't see it, I can't tell you what's happening. It's looking good though. The convention seems to be good. Yeah, it's been hurting. It hasn't stopped. I've been in pain for the last couple of days. That's why we start later and later each day. Right now, it's hurting a lot. So I'm just gonna try to make it work. But yes, it is hurting. I was even trying to do like some stretches and I was not able to. Like it was just so like it feels like my back is stiff. So I'm not able to bend or do pretty much anything that I normally do. Like right now, sitting down is painful, and standing up is even more painful. So breathing in is painful. Like it's just a whole mess over here. So I'm going on, but we'll see. That's why tomorrow I just want to take it easy because I cannot afford to not go to school on Monday because my back is hurting. I spent pretty much all day in bed yesterday because I just couldn't. I couldn't move. The only time I moved was when I just came downstairs to do our live stream. And then it took me forever to go back upstairs because chest pain. I took some medication the other day. It kind of sort of helps, but it makes me drowsy, so I can't take it every day. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I need to lose some weight. That might be a factor in this weight gain situation. It's just one of those things, honestly. And I'm starting to get a little tired. Starting to get tired. And I was sitting here like, why are you slurring your words and struggling? Listen, it's a whole mess over here at this point. And I did some laundry today. So very sad. I need to pay someone to get my clothes sometimes. To call someone because what? Mm-mm. It's too much. But yeah. Yeah, I believe the weight is a factor because it's on their heater, right? Right around to the back. But there's also issues with me breathing. So I know something else is going on, but it's the weight. But I'm also having a hard time weight right now because I have a hormonal imbalance happening. When I tell you there's just so much happening right now. Jeez. There's way too much happening. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna hope for the best. And we're gonna figure it out. It's pretty much that's pretty much it. There's not much else I can do at the present moment. Just wait it out. I have an appointment coming up, so we'll see. So it's been about 15 minutes, honestly, since we put this um, bread pudding in the oven. I have it covered right now. I'm gonna uncover it shortly. I just want to make sure, it cooks and does not brown too quickly because I don't want to eat no burnt, burnt. Yeah, honestly, it could be anything. It could be anything, but it definitely hurts to breathe right now. I can't take deep breaths. If I do, it really, really hurts. So we'll see. But I do have. I know something's off, but I can't stress about it right now. I can't stress myself out about it and the what ifs and the whatnots and whatnot. So I am gonna just take it one day at a time and go from there. That's all I can do. I can't do anything other than that. That's why I haven't been doing my exercise routines or anything like that. But some people don't understand that. But I get it. You expect certain things. I get it. But I can't stretch. I can't bend. I can't do put myself in jeopardy because it still hurts. And it takes me a longer time to recover. Okay, I'm gonna first of all, this thing ain't even hot. This convection is a joke. Not even hot. We're taking it off of convection and we're putting it back on bake. I ain't messing with the convection. So this is what the bread pudding is looking like. As you can see, Now, we had it on the convection oven. Clearly wasn't doing much. I just don't want it to burn. So we're gonna just put it on the plate. Setting. We're gonna cover nicely because I just don't want it to be browning too quickly. And I'm gonna just watch my stuff bake. The other stuff is. So this is what we have. This is what we have. I am a little tired, but it's okay. I'm actually happy I did this. Got it's out the way. I do have some leftover bread. I might just make like a garlic maybe croutons because I don't eat croutons and salads. Like I eat croutons on their own. I will grab and go. Or crostinis, is that what they call them? Usually crostinis are made with baguettes. But honestly, I have leftover bread. I can toss it up in some olive oil with some dried spices and bake it. And that's the quick little grab and go cracker right there. So just one of those things. But we do have about 30 minutes. And so it'll take a lot longer for this thing to bake. So if you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. I'm an open book now. Keep it cute. Oh, jeez. I should have planned this. I should have had something else to do. But no. I do have my starter to refresh. I ain't gonna do it tonight. Not at all. Oh, that's right. I need to check something. I was able to edit 2 videos today. So excited. Wait, did I do 2 videos or one? Why am I blending my days? No, I did 2 videos. Yeah, so I was able to edit 2 videos today, which is good. And then I have to edit one more before I go to bed. So that we can get back on track with our videos, honestly. Okay, so now I'm starting to smell it a lot better in with the bake. The convection was just like baby heat. I don't even understand why. But listen, I definitely I don't even know. Like maybe I need to get a specific type of shoe that can help. Mm, Just a few things that I'm concerned about. Okay, this one's bubbling. Because the convection oven wasn't doing anything, wasn't bubbling, it wasn't doing anything. It was just so we're just gonna make it work. Yeah, we do have about 20 something minutes. And it's okay. I mean, I should probably wash these, and I think I will wash these dishes up. Because once I'm done, I'm done. I do my happy dance. But you didn't say where you were going. I know you said you were going on the road. Is that like a party or something, or you're just gonna hang out? I miss being able to just go and hang out. I mean, my friends don't even live near me, so it's like one I have to catch a plane, one I might have to um catch a train. They're all over the place. One is like a 4.5 hour drive away. These are the when we didn't have any responsibilities, we were all over the place doing a whole bunch of nothing. I had a good time. Okay, so if you're joining, we do have a sourdough pumpkin bread pudding in the oven right now. I was testing out the baking function, so we started on the convection oven, but we moved it to the bake function. I think the bake function is just better for this. It starts to bubble. All it is foil on top of it. Foil is to prevent excessive browning before it's time. I'll be home soon ish. Every time I say that, I laugh because I don't even know when I'm going to be home. Like coming home, you have a good time. Yeah. But yeah, I'm also gearing up for our flower celebration for November. And November is approaching. What did you say? Your friend? Yes, they do. All live far. They do. 100% they live far. I have to catch a flight to see two of them. And a 4.5 hour drive isn't a lot, but I laugh every time I do it because I'm like, being Antigua before I even get here by car. So yeah, but it is what it is. All right, I'm just tidying up while it's in bakes because honestly, I'm ready to tap out because my credit score, I'll say it one more time, the last time my back is on fire right now. It really is. So I'm gonna try to get this done so that once I'm finished baking this, it'll be good. Now here's the thing, if after the 30 minutes is up and it's still not baked, you'll get to see the end result tomorrow. You'll see a picture of it nice and cut, the whole thing. Because sometimes that's what happens. We're not always able to see the final product on live because something happens. Maybe not. I just I know I need a vacation. So I need a change. So it could be anything, honestly. I have no people that live near me, but my core, they're not. They're all scattered about the place. That's okay. So I'm looking at the poll. So 75% of people say they eat bread pudding all the time, and then 25% say meh occasionally. I only eat bread pudding when I make it, and I don't make it often. I make it Christmas time. I will make a panettone bread pudding for Christmas because I don't like traditional stuff. That's really good. I'll also make a random bread pudding whenever. I don't know if I can make friends. Because you have to go through that whole vetting process that can you trust this person? Is this person a good person? Like, people are weird. Like, I don't know. I don't think I make friends very well. I really don't. I don't think I think I'm socially awkward, if I want to be honest. I don't know. I don't even know. That just gives me a whole bunch of anxiety talking about I'm gonna make a new friend tomorrow. It's weird because I'm such a social butterfly, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I told y'all how me and my friend met, right? Her version is different, but she's not here to defend herself. My version rules. Okay? Okay. Working. See, sometimes you just meet people and you click. And then other times you meet people and it's like, I don't think I want you in my circle. Is it for me to be your friend? I know your family. It's true. However, you sometimes can't judge a person based on their family because not all families are good. That's me how I know. I don't think it's. I don't. Sometimes I don't think it's fair to judge also your family only. I shouldn't be your only method of judging. Right? I'm just speaking from experience. I think being around friends, but that's also if you have like a romantic partner, being around their friends, that can show you a lot. Don't ask me. About that. I'm gonna say about that. But I definitely I don't think I make friends very well. I know I'm a good friend. I know I can be a good friend, but I'm probably not a good friend to some people if you ask them. But then it's like, are we actually friends? Right? So there's a lot of little things that go into that. So I think sometimes you meet people and you just click, you know? I also don't think that it should be hard. Because I feel like if it's hard to be friends, then why are you even friends? And I'm not talking about you guys been around each other for years, and I'm talking like you just meet them and all of a sudden it's so hard. Like, that's too much work. I'm sure my friend was like, "Girl, you want to work when I met you? Don't even matter. You're still mine." Message. All right, bye. Have a good night. Enjoy. Be safe. I'm just tidying up here, so we'll see how well this thing is baking. We have about 17 more minutes on the clock. So if by the 17-minute mark is up and I don't actually see any movements, we are gonna just end the live and I'm just gonna let it bake and do its thing. I'll see the end result tomorrow. Sometimes it's like that, you know? It is like that sometimes. I gotta finish doing my laundry as well tonight. So I fold up my clothes and just have everything ready for the week. No issues. Please, girl. But I'm smelling it, so I know that there's some movement happening. So if you're just joining, I am tidying up, but the bread pudding is in the oven. It's been taking its own precious time. You know, eventually you need to let it soak for a little, just so that you can have everything completely saturated with all your mixture and your spices and everything. That's one way of doing it. Like also when I was in school, they kind of just have the mixture separate, have the bread separate, and then pour it over. I like to mix it in so that everything gets soaked up. All the bread particles get nice flavor. That's what I like to do. And I like to say there's more than one way to make something. There's not a right or wrong way. Technique is all that matters. Because someone else can make the same thing, but they make it differently. Can't tell you that they're wrong. That's the same result. You just gotta technique is what matters. Because even if we have the same ingredients, it's not gonna be identical. But you just gotta pay attention to your technique. I am gonna check this. 15 minutes is left. I'm gonna just double check just to see what's happening with it. I hear it sizzling. I'm gonna stop it for a bit. I think it's going well. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking like it still needs some time to bake in. But the cover can come off now. And I'm still gonna sprinkle it with a little more cinnamon sugar. It's just gonna give it added flavor. It's gonna add to the color. It's just overall, it's gonna be good for it. So we do have stuff it. I know I open the oven a lot. It's a bad habit, but it's how I keep track of my products and what I know for. So yeah, it's gonna take a lot longer. So we're gonna put the time right down and what it looks like after that 30 minutes, 40 minutes, keep it in 45. But convection doesn't work. Bake setting. I also have some maple butter that I'm gonna pour over. So I'm gonna get that ready as well. Because it's gonna give us an added flavor boost. It really is. It is something that this is what I have. This is maple syrup with some butter. We're gonna melt the butter and just add a little more maple syrup into it. The maple butter on this. Perfection. Okay. Perfection. So I am gonna melt this out. This base. But it looks good. I'm gonna be honest. It looks really good. Just gonna melt that out. We're gonna have a good time. We're just waiting for the bread pudding to bake because having a good time. Good job. Is it a rodent? This is sourdough bread pudding. I use my old sourdough loaf. We added pumpkin puree, which is homemade pumpkin puree. Then we mix it in with a little milk, an egg, some sugar, and some spices. And it definitely, definitely helps. Flavor, I do have raisins in here, but if you don't like raisins, you are more than welcome to swap it out. Add some nuts, add some chocolate chips. This is where you get creative. It's all about you. I like raisins. Raisins are the only things that I have right now. So we make bread pudding with raisins. And I do love a bread pudding with raisins. But if you can see, it's bubbling up. It's nice. Not too brown. The custard is baked in. I think that's good. We have 11 more minutes on the timer. And what I'm counting right now is maple butter. Because when it comes out of the oven, I am going to brush the top, partially drizzle it with maple butter. So that's just added flavor because, believe it or not, maple syrup goes with pumpkin. Now, don't use your most expensive maple syrup because you know maple syrup is expensive. Use the cheap one. Don't be like me. I'm over here using my most expensive one. That's why I still have my cup. That's why I still have my cup. Last week when we did our bake-a-thon, just use what you have. If you have honey, use honey. Do a honey butter, but also be careful that honey is a lot sweeter than maple syrup. It's a lot sweeter. So if your bread pudding is very sweet, but you don't want it to be very sweet, but if it's very sweet, you're gonna need to not put not use honey to drizzle because then it'll be overly sweet. You don't want your bread pudding to be too sweet. You don't want that. Yeah. I'm gonna take a little more, and that's okay. I have my maple butter ready to go. I sprinkled it with some. Oh, this looks good, eh? Okay, look at this. That looks real good. You hear the sizzling of the pan. I'm excited. I'm 100% excited. So we're just waiting for this to bake out. We have about 8 more minutes. And then I'm going to take it out and see. The liquid is taking a little longer to actually bake in. And that could be because I only used one egg. Now, if you want to use 2 eggs, you can, but you also run the risk of it being eggy. And I don't want it to be too eggy. I just want it to be just right and have the bread soak up all the liquids and everything. But we have some time. This maple butter, honey. This is looking so nice. You can drizzle this on your pancakes. I'm gonna drizzle this over this pumpkin bread pudding. If you had a little bit of pumpkin puree left over, you could actually put it in your maple butter, and that's your maple butter pumpkin glaze. You can do all kind of stuff. You definitely can. Just to be creative, just so that you have something delicious. So, oven. Just waiting. It smells good. It looks good. It looks like it's browning nicely. A little touch of cinnamon sugar on top is helping. It's gonna give it a nice crust, and that crust is gonna be full of flavor, honestly. So that's something that you can do. And let's just say you don't want it to be cinnamon, you want it to be a mixture. You can do a mixture of spices. But cinnamon and sugar together, way better. You can even do vanilla sugar if you didn't want to do cinnamon. You can do vanilla sugar, or you can do cinnamon and vanilla sugar combined. That would be just perfection. Because I like me some vanilla, so it is what it is. Every so often, I am gonna check. So I want to make sure that this oven is doing what it do. Yeah, we're looking good. Water is not seeping out anymore. By water, the liquid. It's looking like it's drying out, which is good. But essentially, it should be baking like anything. You put your you put a toothpick in or a knife in, and it comes out clean. That's usually what happens with a bread pudding once it's fully cooked. You don't want it to have any residual liquids. Like I saw liquids still hanging around. You don't want that to happen. You really want it to be baked dry. Not dry so that your bread pudding is dry, but you want all the liquid to evaporate. So we have about 5 more minutes on the timer, and we're gonna take it out. We're gonna assess. I do know that it's gonna need a little more time. The oven's at 350. I'm gonna put it up to 360. But I do believe it's gonna need some more time. So once the timer runs out, we will take a look at it, let you know what we're gonna do going forward. Because I do believe it's gonna need a lot more time than I'm not willing to give it. Gonna need maybe an additional 20, 15 to 20 minutes. The problem is I started baking it with the convection oven setting, but it really wasn't doing anything. So after about 15 minutes, I swapped it to the bake setting. And the bake setting is where it's action, it's where everything is starting to come together, and now I'm smelling it. So 3 minutes at 360 might be enough. It's one of those things that you will never know until you actually open the door once everything's fully baked. And again, I have my maple butter ready to go because I am gonna top this with maple butter so it can soak in. That's it. Now, the other thing about bread pudding is that sometimes it looks like it's not done, and it is. If it's not jiggly, it's done. Like, legit. It's like anything that you would bake. It's usually very jiggly and wet. If it's still needs time, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. But I'm excited because I can't wait to eat this. I like eating bread pudding warm. I like eating bread pudding cold. I like eating bread pudding, period. Like, it doesn't even matter. I bread pudding from now until whenever. It is what it is. And again, during Christmas, I like to make panettone bread puddings. I also like to use raisin bread if I make raisin bread or buy it. I'll turn that into a bread pudding. Turn everything into a bread pudding. Whatever bread I have, I turn it into a bread pudding. Because it's a thing. I grew up eating it, so I love bread pudding. And it really isn't something that I had a recipe for. It was more so something where it's like, let's look at this. Let's put this and this together. Okay. are looking good. Have a few more minutes. Timer. That should do it. It's about 2 minutes, honestly. I don't know if 2 minutes is gonna be enough. But we'll make it work. It is definitely something that will make. If it needs more time, I'll use more time. That's it. But the bread pudding definitely smells good. If you wanted to put like rum, mix your rum with your maple butter and then pour it over. Or if you just want to be strong like that, pour your rum over it while it's hot so it soaks up. Then you have a rum infused bread pudding. It is one of those things. Definitely is one of those things. But you can do so much with bread pudding. I know some people don't like it, but I love it. You can do so much with it. You just have to make sure you bake it properly all the way through. And then you can add whatever you want. That's what I do. I add whatever I want. I'm sure you do. Because why not? It's yours. It is yours. You be creative. You make it. It smells delicious. I can't wait to actually devour it. We have a few more seconds. So I'm gonna move this out of the way and I'm gonna get my wire rack because I want to get into a thorough test to ensure that it's good. Right? So we have 18 more seconds and we're gonna check it. I do have a knife that I like to use just to make sure. But you can check. You can check, you can tell. If it's not jiggly, it's good. If it's jiggly, it might need some more time. If there's liquid coming through, you'll need more time. There's a few things that you can check for. So we are going to just double check. I'm going to keep the oven on because I just want to make sure it doesn't cool down if I still need it. But I won't lie to you, this bread pudding is looking really good. It's not jiggly. It's looking good. This is pumpkin sourdough bread pudding. Made it with sourdough bread. I have some pumpkin puree and boom. So it's coming through almost clear. I think that's good. The it's important when you make this to actually soak it before you bake it because some of your bread pieces might be hard, especially if your bread is like really stale, right? It looks like it's good. I'm gonna give it at least 5 to 10 more minutes. That's looking good. I'm gonna brush it with some maple butter. Brush, glaze, whichever. It is going to soak in. You can drizzle it, don't have to brush it, but it's gonna soak up into this while it bakes, while it's hot. If you wanted to add alcohol, right now would be the best time while it's still so that it just infuses, right? So this maple butter for me is just gonna give it an added boost. I topped it with some cinnamon sugar. There's pumpkin spice in here. There's pumpkin puree in here. There's everything that will make a delicious. I love it. This is probably something that I would use. This maple butter is something I would use on cinnamon rolls. I feel like I need some cinnamon rolls now. It's just one of those things. It's something. It is something. So I'm gonna put this back in the oven. Just needed to dry out just a little more. So we're gonna put it for maybe about 10 minutes. The oven is at 360 right now. It started out at 350. So 10 minutes at 360. It's not going to take the full 10 minutes, but I'm setting it at 10 minutes just in case because I just want to make sure that it's okay. It's good. But this has been a very delicious day. How do I know it's delicious? It smells good. Honestly. Like, look at that. Beautiful thing. It smells good. It is, like, if you can see the knife, there's not a lot coming off of it from inside. So that's good. I'm good on. I'm gonna cut it. I do owe you a picture for the sourdough funnel cake we made yesterday. That's fine. I have my pictures ready. And this will also be posted as well. Because Vlogtober just needs to be delicious. Need like glass, wedges. I'm gonna do some meat because it shouldn't be smudged like this. I want to make sure this glass is always clear so that we can have a visual when I bake stuff. But the maple butter looks like it's like caramelizing on top. It's looking real good. And it's also smelling even better. So that is gonna give the maple butter is gonna give you a nice caramelized pop. It will kind of seep through because it is butter. Butter melts. I can't wait. I can't wait to eat this. Can't I cannot wait. This is definitely this is good. I'm happy I decided to do this. It's a good choice. It's a good choice. So tomorrow we're back here again. Tomorrow we're gonna do a live Q&A just so that we'll have some one-on-one time tomorrow. Um, while I get myself ready for school. So we're back here again, and we have one more week, one more full week of Vlogtober. It's been good. We've been getting into a lot of stuff. We made pumpkin popsicles, baby. We've been doing a lot of stuff in here. Are you burning? You better not burn. You not. It looks good. It smells good. So I'm gonna let it run down to 5 minutes, and then I'm just let it sit. Once it sits and it cools, that also will complete the cooking because it's still hot. So even if you take it out slightly underdone, slight, just like a blink underdone, as long as you leave it in its own container, the same container, you're not gonna have a problem because it is going to still continue to cook until it cools down. But cookies, that's with anything, especially cookies. Some people don't pull the cookies out until they're 100% done, and then boom, your cookies out, and then it still continues to cook. You don't want that. So slightly underdone, but okay. So this is our bread pudding. This is our buttery maple butter, all sorts of pumpkin goodness. Okay, this is good. Believe it's done. I'm just gonna very good. The maple and the butter sitting on top, pulling away from the sides. Everything looks cohesive. I'm just running my knife through on the side so it doesn't actually stick. We buttered the pan, and it is good. I got you, Erin. It's definitely smelling good. It's looking even better. Everything is coming out clear. Any residuals that you're seeing, that is from our maple butter soaking through. So that's it. We're good. So again, we did sourdough pumpkin bread pudding is a sourdough bread loaf that I made about 4 days ago. I use some homemade pumpkin puree. I also use my homemade vanilla extract. We also added some sugar, some spices, so cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, cloves, and ginger. That will give you like the quintessential pumpkin spice flavor that most people like. And I added raisins. If you don't like raisins, you can omit the raisins and you can use nuts. You can add chocolate chips. The chocolate chips might melt, but you can add them, right? You can add chocolate chunks. You can definitely add some candied nuts in here if you like, but also pay attention to the level of sweetness that you do. Because if your mixture is sweet, then adding maple butter drizzle on top is going to add to the sweetness. So you may not want to do that. So if you think it's too sweet for you, like I use about 60 grams, 60 to 70 grams of brown sugar. If that is too sweet, you just reduce the sugar and they'll be fine. So I say reduce it to about 50 grams, which is close to a half cup. It should be fine. It'll give you a nice hint of sweetness. And you can top it off with your maple butter. You can also eat it with ice cream. It's a dessert, right? But for me, because where I come from, this is every day. This is I can eat this for snack, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. It is what it is, right? So that is it. I am gonna let this cool. You will see the final pictures once I post them. I still owe you the funnel cake photos, and we're gonna have these posted up and ready to go tomorrow. I'm gonna let this cool before I cut it, and you already know when I cut it, that's it. It's a wrap. But it's good. It's not jiggly. The only other thing that I can say is before you actually bake it, let it soak in the mixture. That will help you to avoid having like hard pieces in and out of your, especially if your bread is really old like mine. So you just soak it in your seasoned mixture for 10 to 15 minutes. It could be longer. And then la- grease your pan, some butter, and then top it. If you don't want to bake it in this, you can bake it in a smaller container. You can use a loaf pan. So you would essentially butter this, and then you'll pour your mixture in here until it's probably like around here, and you can bake it. This is good for giving to a friends, family, or potluck at work, whatever. You can do this, or it's just easier if you don't want to be greedy like me and have this big thing. You can have a small container. You can freeze them as well, right? Just giving you options, just that you know you don't have to bake it in one big batch like this. Okay, that is it for our vlog. October day number 25. That's it. I'm done. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We're gonna have a live Q&A. We're gonna have some fun, right? Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you back here tomorrow.